All right, it's time for Dirty Mo Doe. Stepping into the booth is Tampa Timms. Dirty Mo Doe is brought to you by FanDuel. I have an account. Amy's got an account. I'm trying to get Amy to throw down a bet. We got the NCAA men's March Madness tournament going on. We're now getting into the tougher rounds. We're trying to make a little easy money. It's a little tough to do.
Sweet 16.
Tampa Timms. It's tough.
It's going to be tough.
Me and you, and I'm not sure who else, have one particular bet up on the board.
Yes, we do. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it's a risky one, but let's look at it. I'll get it up here in a second.
I saw a tweet, Dale, that your betting style that you adopted late in the basketball season, a lot of people have, and Vegas kind of got hit hard this past weekend because of the money line parlays.
Yeah,
that you started.
Oh, I started.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least in this group, I gave you crap for it at the beginning, so I'm now giving you your flowers.
This is around a plus 3,900-ish parlay. We got Florida taking over Maryland on money line, Duke money line over Arizona, Houston money line over Purdue, and this is where it gets a little tricky, guys. I'm going to take Ole Miss over Michigan State. That's a tough one.
That's going to be sweater.
Nervous about that.
Kentucky over Tennessee. I think it's doable.
I think it's doable.
Kentucky already has beaten Tennessee twice this year. Can they do it 3 times?
That's hard to do.
And then we watched this Arkansas team. I think Arkansas can beat Texas Tech.
Yeah,
I agree.
We saw them play, man. They got some ballers. The Ole Miss is the tough one, but we'll see how that pans out. And I got one unit on that, but that's really all I got in the hopper right now. So when there were games every day, the style that you mentioned, we would take the heavy favorites and parlay 7 to 15 of those. Those games are gone.
Nope, they're gone.
All right? And where in the calendar year is another opportunity to get back into some of that type of action? You just kind of got to wait it out.
College football?
Yeah.
I've been doing that a little bit with NBA.
Yeah.
Like 2 and 3 games.
Yeah. I was thinking, I teed up a bet last night where it would have been pretty much similar, where you'll take like you'll take a particular player that's averaging like 20, 23 points and bet him to make 10, and then stack that through about 5 or 6 games. But I'm telling you, dude, I got burned on the NBA last year, and it's hard for me. It's hard for me.
You just don't know if they're going to be trying that night.
Yes, it's so hard.
Load management.
Yep, it is tough. So, but like Anthony Davis for the Mavs last night was playing. I don't know what he scored. What did Anthony get? He was going to be in that parlay for 10 points. And maybe I should have done it, but dang it. It was going to take about 10 to 15 different legs, and I just don't trust it.
No.
You had 12 points.
So he would have barely cleared that.
Oh, boy.
But that might be what I end up having to get into just to have a little fun as we wait out, the next real opportunity to be stacking these heavy favorites. And it's going to be probably a college sports. And we just kind of got to look at the calendar year and see what's in front of us, because you can't really do this in the MLB. No. You can't really do it in any professional type of sport. But still some great options out there, and one of them is in the NASCAR world. I saw you at Tampa Timms. You won. What bet did you win?
I had AJ Allmendinger
That's
top
it.
10, and that they gave it like plus 195. Yep. Couldn't believe it. They also had him head-to-head over Ty Gibbs. I won that too.
That's the one I saw.
And I was like, and he was the underdog.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is he the underdog?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and that was an easy lock. And I got Bubba Wallace at even money plus 100 for a top 10, and he was the fastest car all weekend. It felt like in practice and qualifying.
Oh, Blaney.
Unreal.
Until Blaney, yeah.
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 Well, those are my kind of bets.
Yep.
Those are my kind of bets right there. Tampa Timms leading into Martinsville. This is this is a track where the Cup guys play nice. If you're trying to put any money on the Trucks or Xfinity, it's all going to hell.
Yep.
In the last 10 laps.
Yeah.
It's a crapshoot. But the Cup boys play nice. There's a little more predictability. Who's some of your heavy favorites?
Well, the win odds right now, the books are absolutely hedging themselves against the Blaneys, the Larsons, the Dennys. There's 7 guys within plus 1,000. So that's really not where I want to go. But there's some really good short track racers that are plus 3,000 right now. There's our guy. We talked about him like 3 weeks in a row now, Josh Berry.
Yeah. And
Ryan Preece is the guy I really like. And I'll probably place a little something on that.
That's 2 top 10s in a row for Preece.
Yeah, and I think Brad's been really good there. TJ, like, it hasn't been the start you guys have wanted, but I think he's like he's got some good odds too. I think
this
RFK
race,
in general.
one thing you got to be careful with this race is it is shorter than the fall race.
Is it really?
It's 400, I think, this race.
Oh, okay.
And the fall's 500, so there isn't as many long runs, so it matters a little bit.
Yeah.
Who's some drivers that TJ you'd say like pay attention to?
I mean, to me, seeing the role, like Tim said, that Blaney's on, Barry, taking that knowledge because they're visibly watching Martinsville from the spotter stand now. Nobody runs the curb right now like Ryan Blaney. But if you take a guy with a short track background like Josh Berry, who has a lot of laps already and can, you put him in that group, and he's been fast at places. He's obviously they've taken some notes from what they have over there, and I think Josh is a really good one. Honestly, I feel like this is a rebound for Ty Gibbs. I think this is a place where Ty can just get back to. He was always good at short tracks there in the Xfinity Series, and I think this is a good place for Ty to rebound.
He's plus 5,000 to win. That'd be a really good long shot bet.
I mean, that I would not be afraid of that.
Yeah.
With Ty, they've had fast cars there, and it's a short track, so this could be a good rebound for Ty, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the way you go about this, if you're going to bet pre-week before practice and qualifying, you look at the top 10s. They're not out right now, but top 10s and matchups to kind of find some value because a lot of the favorites are really, really juiced. I would place that, or like you said, TJ, plays a Ty
take
Gibbs.
Like Ty, even if whatever Brad's matchup is, it's probably pretty favorable to look at right now.
Yeah.
Busher seems to hide a little bit and then show up when it counts.
Yeah.
Preece right now has got momentum. Going to a short track where he's good at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the Preece play there. I wonder, too, if this is a weekend where Kyle Busch kind of starts to perform or has a great weekend. I think RCR made some changes over the offseason. They had a little speed at the end of last year at Richmond and some of the short tracks.
For sure.
So I would not say, what I could see them going into Martinsville and running completely, contradictory to how they've been running so far this year with the tracks that we've been to on the schedule.
What do you think about
and he's at 2,300.
A long shot to me, and I know this is going to be a difficult one, but it might be worth looking at, is SVG. Martinsville is usually hard on a rookie to go there the first time,
what was he ran? Kind of ran in the top 3 for a while at Bowman Gray.
Yeah.
Plus 15,000.
Yeah. I don't know.
Trackhouse's cars, I mean, Suarez finished second in Vegas, but they're like really hit or miss to me.
For sure.
It's tough to judge them. Like Chastain has a good average finish here, but I don't know if I trust that they'll be good. They show up with speed, and it's a wasted bet.
Did y'all mention Allmendinger?
Not here, no.
Not here.
So Martinsville's like his best track.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at statistics,
I thought Homestead was his best track.
Well, you'll look at it's one of his best tracks. Martinsville's a place where he always ran good, whether it was in the Red Bull car or whatever. He always seemed to have a little,
just adapted to it well.
Yeah, I think honestly, Martinsville to me, if there's an oval where a road course guy can apply similar sort of technique, it is Martinsville.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was saying SVG could adapt well here.
I agree. But I think you could go again with a top 10 for Allmendinger and feel pretty confident about that.
Yeah. I mean,
one other guy that
nice.
I think might have would be Briscoe. He's getting to a car that's usually pretty good at Martinsville. Can he pick up kind of where Martin used to leave off there?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Chase Briscoe is the guy this year that the books are just not going to get beat on. He's plus 1,000 to win, and I like him too. He's always a guy I'm looking at because of that, but they're just not going to get beat with him in the Joe Gibbs car. It sucks.
Is Denny an avoid bet? He hasn't won there in 10 years, but he's got the third best odds.
No, I like Denny just because, I mean, probably wouldn't bet him at the odds he's at now, maybe after he doesn't qualify well, but I think he's really been pretty consistent and pretty good this year.
If we walked out of here, came in here Tuesday and said Denny won, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I mean, think about that seems like a long drought for someone to not, for like him not win there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does. But I mean, it's not easy to win these things.
He's always been in the conversation too.
Kyle Busch is at 3,500.
Yeah. I wouldn't with Kyle Busch. The last 2 weeks, their speed was kind of off, but I wouldn't take that into consideration here because it's such a short track compared to a mile and a half. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
AJ's at 25,000 to win. I mean, I imagine then his top 10 is pretty good.
I can't wait for that to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd take him for a top 10.
Also, if you take these real long shots, sometimes they'll give you a cash out offer if they qualify pretty well. That would be,
I think
pretty
SG top
lucrative.
10 would be good. He's going to be in a position, maybe get a lucky dog late or a free pass late, and he's going to probably maybe come get the opportunity to come get tires, but no one else does. So
I'm not doing that. I would take Josh. I wouldn't bet anybody to win.
No, winning's hard there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would take Josh Berry and Allmendinger for top 10s. And another guy that could be Hocevar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He's a short tracker. He comes from late model racing. They've got a hitch in their step.
This is the week that Kyle Busch gets payback on him. Watch.
No.
All right.
Hocevar,
a few people might be in line.
Yeah, there's a line for that. So
honestly, if the car doesn't break or something goes wrong, Hocevar is always in the top 10.
Yeah.
It really, like last week, he had that strategy that he was running 6th, led some laps, and then the car broke. So
I'm waiting for the breakout moment for Justin Haley as well.
Yeah.
Like, I
think he just had it.
Top 10 last week.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's really good.
That is really good.
It's about 10 spots advanced over what they've been doing this year.
Yeah.
But when I say breakout, I mean I want majority of the race he wasn't in the top 10.
Yeah.
I want to see him in the top 10 majority of the race.
It just seems like in the season so far they've not been the best Spire car.
Oh, for sure.
And so it's kind of hard to feel like he's going to go even outrun his teammates till we see it. Right? I need to see this.
Yeah.
They just haven't had that one peak.
That's
yet.
the way I bet. I mean, I can't take a risk. I'm gonna wait for about 2 weeks to find something to believe in.
Yep.
For sure.
But man, that's a lot of great information. And I think depending on whether you're a high stakes, high risk gambler like Tampa Timms over here with his own nickname, or you're a real conservative like me, we've give you a little bit of everything to bet on here.
Something for everybody.
Yeah.
Something for everybody.
Dirty Modo segment is brought to you by FanDuel, the premier gaming destination in the United States.